trunk box. Now, the trunk box does have a number of things inside that you will need to assemble it. So I remove everything from the trunk box after doing all of that. This is your front nose visor. Doesn't need to be put on until after. These are your front wheel guards. They don't need to be put on until after. And here's your little bag of hardware. That's what I'm going for. Okay, so these are the two trunk box supports. These are your rubber pads to protect your trunk box from your back rack. These are the washers that you will apply onto these bolts, which mount the trunk box onto the back rack. These two little bolts are to mount your front guards onto your front wheel. These riser pads you put underneath these for your trunk box. And these two are used to mount your front wheel to secure the axle to the front wheel. So these are the two that I'm needing right now. So your electric scooter is like this. You're going to need your front wheel. Front wheel has a hard spot on the one side and an empty spot on the other side. You put your front brake in the open side of that. Now you're going to need a 1/2 inch and a 9/16 to be able to tighten the axle once the wheel is on and the brake is assembled. So what I do, I prop my knee underneath the front nose so that I have access to both my hands to work with. Now this is the front drum brake. I put the wheel in here, then I feed the drum brake into the open side of the wheel. Now if you'll notice this little groove here in the brake, that has to go onto this to hold it into place. So we'll go like so. Now you take your axle, feed it through. If it gives you a little bit of trouble, just jiggle it around. Don't push it all the way through because you still need to put your spacer in. So you put your spacer between the wheel and the inside of the front fork. Once again, jiggle it around, it'll go all the way through. There we go. Then you take your 9/16, slap her on there. So, 1/2 inch on one side, 9/16 on the other. And then keep going until she's on really tight. You don't want to be going down the road and your front wheel falls off. That would not be very good. You don't have to tighten it too tight to the point where it's not going to be able to turn, but you do have to make sure it's nice and snug. There you go, just nice and snug. What I always do is hold it up, give it a spin, wheel's moving perfect. That's how you assemble the front wheel with the front brake assembly. I take my left hand, put my fingers on one side and use my thumb to release the pressure from the front brake. Then I use my right hand and tighten this bolt. Give it a couple of turns, reach your hand up. There you go, brake is nice and solid. That's how you adjust the front brake on your front wheel.
Electric, you're so electric, 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 electric.